Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Ashok, and today in this video we are going to discuss a very important topic on statistics. So guys, if you want to move your career into machine learning or you want to move your career into data science, right? So in that case, you should have a thorough knowledge and very good understanding on the statistics. So in this particular video, you'll see what all topics we are going to cover in statistics, and I am going to create a separate playlist in my YouTube channel specifically for this statistics and whatever topics we are going to discuss in this particular video and coming videos, right? So those videos will be moved into that particular playlist. So without wasting much time, let's dive into the world of statistics. So guys, my way of providing a definition for statistics is simple, right? So according to me, it is collection, extraction, analyzing, summarizing, and visualizing the data to get some kind of conclusions, patterns, insights, trends, and some kind of useful information from the data set. So this is the definition of statistics according to me. So now we got to know this definition of statistics or meaning of statistics, right? So let's understand what all topics we are going to cover into this statistics series. So first thing we'll understand about the descriptive and inferential statistics. The second point, we'll deal with the qualitative and quantitative data. The third thing, we'll understand about the numerical and categorical data. Next, we'll understand something about the population and sample. Next, we'll understand something about the data distribution. So you say, basically we'll find out what is the empirical formula, right? Just to get the distribution, right? Where you will find your symmetrical and skewed data. Next, we'll see something about the normal distribution and standard normal distribution. This is very much important topic. So basically, we'll try to see how do you convert any kind of data set to the normal distribution and any normal distribution data set to the standard normal distribution. So there are some testing strategies available in statistics. We'll go through that. So first one is Z test. You have P test. You have T test. Then you have A/B testing. Then you have chi-square test. Then you have ANOVA test. We'll understand something about standard deviation and variance. We'll understand something about bias and variance. There is a trade-off. We'll understand that. Then you'll understand normalization and standardization. Now, and at the end, we'll understand something about hypothesis testing, where we'll deal with something called as null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. And which deals with something called as one-tail test and two-tail test. Okay. Now this particular video, what we'll do, we'll start with the descriptive and inferential statistics. So let's understand descriptive and inferential statistics. So this descriptive statistics deals with something called as the central tendency of the data set, right? So where you have something called as mean, median, mode. So I have already created a video on top of this mean, median, mode, and we have shown few Python code examples also, right? So if you have not seen that particular video, I'll put that in the link in the description, so you can go ahead and check. Also, I'll provide you in the I card, right, I button, so you can click on that and you can go ahead and watch this particular video. Measures the dispersion of the data. So how your data is distributed, right? So if you see, you find something called as variance, then you will see something called a standard deviation, and you will see something called as the range. And next is, it measures the shape of the data, right? Measures the shape of the data. Basically, it provides something called as skewness, right? So basically, you can have a positive skewness of data or negative skewness of data. We'll understand in the when you discuss with the symmetrical and unsymmetrical data. You will deal with something called as percentiles and quartiles. So basically, when you deal with the outliers, right? So in that case, you can find out the IQR, interquartile range. In that section, we will discuss about the percentiles and quantiles. And there is something called as frequency distributions. Then you do something called as statistical and graphical analysis of data, where you'll plot histograms, box plot, and scatter plot. We'll see many plots when we will discuss about the statistical and graphical analysis of the data. So next comes the inferential statistics. So here we deal with something called as point estimation and interval estimation. We'll discuss something on the estimation part. Next, we'll deal with something called as hypothesis testing. This is very much important, where we'll deal with something called as null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. We'll see something about the confidence intervals, where it will deal with something called as alpha value. Next, we'll discuss about the significance levels and p-value. This p-value is very much important. Next, we'll discuss about the type 1 and type 2 errors. So if you see the basic difference between a descriptive and an inferential statistics, right? So the descriptive statistics basically deals with mean, median, mode, variance, standard deviation, and range, and some kind of outlier you want to find out in your data set. So you can go ahead with the descriptive statistics, right? In case of inferential statistics, right, you deal with something called as estimations, and then you do something called as testing of hypothesis testing, right? So you deal with null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis, then you try to find out the p-values and all, right? So guys, let's dive into the Python code example just to get the difference between a descriptive and an inferential statistics, right? What I will do, I'll open my Jupyter notebook and I'll write a piece of example for specifically for descriptive and inferential statistics in Python. So guys, first let's understand the descriptive statistics example, okay? So our next step is to import the libraries, right? So here I'm importing the statistics library. So the next step is to provide a data set, like what data set you are going to provide. Here I'm providing the ages of individuals. So now let's calculate the mean, median, and standard deviation. So we know that descriptive statistics basically deals with mean, median, mode, standard deviation, and variance, right? So let's run this. Now let's print these values, right? So as you can see, you get this mean age, median age, standard deviation, and then variance of the different ages, right? So this is a small example of descriptive statistics, where we use the statistics library, and then we found out the mean, median, standard deviation, and the variance specifically for the descriptive statistics. So now let's get inferential statistics example. So here I'm trying to import the SciPy library. From the SciPy library, we have stats module, and then in the stats module we have t-test one sample, right? So this is from the statistics library. Let's run this. So now let's take the sample data set. Let's run this. Now what you are doing is you are providing a hypothesis here, right? So you are doing something called as, we know that inferential statistics deals with the hypothesis testing, point estimations and all, right? So what we are doing is we are taking a null hypothesis where we say that the mean score is 80, and we are alternate hypothesis say that mean score is not 80, right? That's what we do in hypothesis when we'll apply null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. Now next we'll perform the one sample t-test, right? So this is t-statistics p-value. This is a t-test sample which is coming from this particular imported library, and then we found out that the p-value whatever on the null hypothesis whatever we're providing, right? So that is 80. That's what we have set. Now what we'll do is, now let's print the results of t-statistics and p-value. So these are the p-statistics and p-value results. So now here we are getting the p-values 100%, right? Now we talked something about the significance level, right? That alpha value which I was talking, right? So this alpha value is basically 0.05 or 5% of the significance interval. That's what we take in case of p-values and all, right? So let's run this. So now here you can see it failed to reject the null hypothesis. That's what we are getting here, because it is saying that the mean score is not significantly different from 80. That's what we got this, right? Because this is value of p-value is 0.05, which is less than the 5% of significance interval, right? We got this p-value is 100, right? So 1. So in that case, you p-value less than 0.05, which is nothing but a significant less than the significance interval, right? So that is why we are getting this fail to reject the null hypothesis. In the coming videos, we'll understand about more examples on the one-tail test, two-tail hypothesis testing, right? So in that case, those will give us more clarity on this p-value, confidence interval and all. So guys, in this particular video, you understood what is the definition or what is the meaning of statistics, right? And then we understood what all topics we are going to cover in this particular statistics series, and we discussed few important points which describes the difference between the descriptive and inferential statistics. And apart from this, we went through the Python code. We ran Python code in the Jupyter notebook and try to understand the difference between these two. So guys, there is one task for you, right? So I want you guys to explore this descriptive and inferential statistics, right? And I want you guys to include few of the points here in descriptive and inferential statistics, whatever I have provided, right? So apart from this, if you have anything after your research and also, you just add this in the comment section, the basic difference between descriptive and inferential statistics. That's it from my side for this particular video. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. If you really like this video, please provide a thumbs up and subscribe this channel, and please share with your friends. I'll meet you all in the next video. Till then, take care, keep learning and keep rocking.